All right, welcome back. We're talking about marriage. Now, this is an article on The Star. Marriage needs full commitment. It's very true. The divorce rate is climbing each and every day. And is that a reason for us to postpone marriage? Not really at a later date, but when it's best for us. So it doesn't matter what age, actually.
Best for us, I think, is the actual guideline I'm going to use. So let's bring in our guest and see what she has to say. We've got our resident speaker, motivator and trainer, Murshidah side. Thank you for joining us once again.
Thanks for having me.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Okay, so let's jump into it.
Yeah.
Let's start with talking about marriage, first of all. What is marriage, actually?
Yeah, well, like you said, marriage is a commitment between two people. But then again, we have to also realize that when two people get together to form a family, or a partnership, in any partnership, whether it's business or whether it is a family, you have to have full commitment. And before you get married, you must know the intention of you wanting to get married. What is the purpose of you getting married? Is it just to get that message out of the way? Because a lot of times people get pressured if you do not get married, especially in our society, especially if you hit a certain age. So you must understand what is the purpose of you getting married, and when you meet the person, the other person who is going to be your life partner must also share the same intention. And the intention is, the best intention is go beyond your own self-purpose. It is for a higher purpose, right? And commit to that. Yeah.
Okay.
So that is the sanctity of marriage right there. I mean, a lot of people, a lot of couples take that plunge without realizing about the commitment factor.
Exactly.
I mean, they probably look at the glitzy wedding, the glossy photos.
And a lot of times people spend more money on the wedding rather than in their marriage. You know that hundreds of thousands of dollars for some people, or tens and thousands of dollars for some people, for that particular wedding. You can invest that in your own family, in terms of in your home, in building that, not the physical aspects of your home, but actually the energy that you're going to put into the home, and that starts in each one of us. It is not on the outside. The outside are the frills. But it's the inside that we all must work on. Right?
So one of the offsets, I guess, is to focus on the wedding and not the marriage.
That's right.
Yeah, you have to think
it's cool.
Because it's cool to have a wedding, but it may not be so cool to have a marriage.
But you have to think, do you want a wedding that everyone talks about for years, or do you want a marriage that everyone is envious of?
Yes.
So you have to think of that.
Yes.
Now, we were talking about Kim Kardashian. She's not young, let's put it that way.
She's not old either.
But she's in the middle, what we would say as the right age, a mature age to get married. But it still didn't work out. So is it really up to the age or up to your mindset?
Yeah, like you said, it is the mindset. It's not about the age. A lot of times people think about, the older I get, the less cool it is for me to be married. So quickly you hurry that process up. Anybody also can. So what we want to emphasize is not about the age. It is the mindset and the readiness and your intention. I always emphasize on the intention. And look at this, the fear of late marriages. A lot of people don't want to end up, in their old age to get married. So that's why sometimes they have this fear of the biological clock ticking, and that pushes people to, want to get married without knowing the purpose of it. Right.
Well, this is definitely not the not the
as
everyday.
As we were thinking.
Yeah, not the everyday.
But it's still sweet, right?
But
so,
it's still sweet.
It's not so much about the age, but it's the intention that we put in, and the energy that we're going to put into building our home to make it a happy home, no matter how much time you have left.
At least, hopefully when they wake up the next morning, they remember their marriage.
The Notebook. You're reminding me of The Notebook. Okay. So we're saying that when we get married, we want to build a life together, and people think that if you want to build a life, you're going to have to start young. Is that true?
Not necessarily. Again, if we believe in a higher purpose, like our Creator has a plan for all of us, He would know where is the best time, and for us as individuals, we work towards improving ourselves, and it's a daily a daily activity, a daily exercise for us to always build ourselves personally and develop ourselves personally to improve on a daily process, right? So for us, we have to keep improving, and when we improve, and like the law of attraction says, the more what you know, who you are and your mind, what your mindset is, that is what you will attract. So you know, the better you are, the quality of the people that is going to surround you is also going to change, right?
And it's not possible to have kids at their age.
Yeah, well, a lot of things are happening right now where there's research that's being done where people over their 50s can actually conceive. So the thing is, it's not to pressurize yourself into because of that biological clock, you just choose anybody to you know, just to build up a family. But you know your intention, keep improving yourself, and then you will attract the kind of quality person that you want in your life as well, and the kind of quality marriage when you get married, when both of you are aligned, and that will bring into the quality of the marriage at the same time.
We'll talk about pressure a little bit later, but do call us if you want to jump in on this conversation. It's 22829062 or 8043. The numbers are on the screen, and you can also jump in on Facebook. I'd love to hear what you guys have to say on this issue of marriage. Pressure, it comes from the family, it comes from within, it comes from a clock that I don't know exists anywhere, but it comes, the pressure comes. So how do you deal with that pressure as you age?
Yeah, especially for women or in their 30s and above, you know.
And men who have lost their hair.
Okay, when women over 30s, I don't know about men, women over 30s, when they get that kind of pressure. Oh no, you know, what if I don't find anybody, and they start pressurizing themselves. Doesn't help also that our society, when you hit, like, you know, in the late 20s, you know, some people even in that late 20s, they say, oh, you know, you're getting older, that, you know, and all that. It can be pressurizing to the person.
I have a few friends my age who are worried right now.
And you're like 26, right?
In the middle.
Yes.
There.
So the point is not to be living in fear, and that is not just for the case of marriages. You know, most of us in our society, we are all living in fear. Oh, what if? You know, you worry about the negative things that's going to happen in the future. So why not do something now so that you can create something positive in the future? So whether you do meet that person or not, the best is for you to work on yourself, right? Keep improving, be grateful every day. And then also, you know, we always have this exercise about what you want in your life and what you don't want in your life, you know, during our workshops, where you can list down all the things that you don't want in your life, and then you write the total opposite of that, and then you tear up the part where, you know, you wrote about the things that you don't want and you just throw it away. You know, so that kind of a program, the things that you want into your life, and you put that in, and it's a daily process for you to keep improving yourself. And you know, when you keep improving yourself and you live your purpose, you will be in gratitude every day of your life. You'll be thankful, you'll be happy, and that makes you more attractive. When a person lives in fear, when a person lives in anxiety and kind of desperate, you know, it's so unattractive. Yeah. So be grateful and keep improving on ourselves. That's what I always emphasize on.
Okay, and do guys go through the same pressures
I think we do, although we don't want to admit it. I think we do go through the same pressure, but I think it's more profound for the ladies for certain reasons. I don't know. Even the family situation.
Yeah.
You maybe come from a family with a very supportive childhood, but when you reach that stage in your life, they turn around and say, okay, it's time for you to move on, you've got to get married. So how do you deal with the people who are closest to you, who put that pressure on?
Yeah, give them love and respect. If you are ready, then by all means, yes, say I'm ready. If you know anybody,
Let's start dating.
You make it. You don't have to make it so pressurizing or negative situation. Like, oh, you know, you pressure everybody to look for someone for you. But if you are, you know, you are in that state, yes, you be casual about it and say yes. Let's you know, if you know anybody, introduce, and you just release that feeling, you know, and like I said, be in gratitude, that feeling of gratitude, and you know, like everything is going to have a, you know, you have that positive mindset and you are hopeful, you know, and then that puts you at much at ease. And also when it comes to parents, especially parents who are very pressurizing, you know, about all this, and if let's say you feel a resistance towards that pressure, you have to share with them, you know, like say how you feel. It's not like you are going against them by saying, oh no, I'm never going to find somebody or something like that. But you tell them how you feel and do it with love and respect. And then at the same time, yes, you tell them the state. If you are, you know, if you are not ready, you tell them why. Yeah, and then after that, release that, you know. But always share with love and respect, and not and not, criticisms or blaming or, adding some negative vibes into the family.
But the thing is, not in Malaysia, just Asian people in general, they are very confusing, especially to your children. When you're young, don't get married. You have to study, you have to be a doctor, blah, blah, blah.
Don't start dating.
When you hit 20-something, why aren't you married yet? Don't you want to give me a grandchild?
Yeah, I'll be like, okay, that's because you didn't allow me to go out dating.
And I haven't found anyone yet.
That's a good point, because we as a society, we create this kind of pressures on ourselves. We create this onto others, and that makes us living in that constant state of fear and pressure and stress, right? So now that we know that, we don't do that to our children, right? But at the same time, no matter what good you do, and this is from my own personal experience, no matter what good you do, there will be always people telling you, or criticizing you, So maybe this person has a fantastic career, and somebody will say something else, when are you going to get married? And if this person has a fantastic career and gets married, when are you going to get children? And if this person has children and fantastic career and everything,
when's your kid going to get married?
When's your kid going to get married? Or how do you, aren't you like working too hard? When do you spend the time with your kids? There's always criticism. So for us, we must always work on ourselves first. Do not add unnecessary pressure on our loved ones, especially, and let them pray for them. Always pray for good in people. If you see something that's not right in your family, you can tell them what they have done well, why you love them, but what can be done to improve what they see that you want them to improve in their lives, and that's it. But we pray for them, right? And send good vibes, because through the power of prayers and through the power of positive energy, I strongly believe love is a bigger energy than anger, stress, and hate. So it can transform a person. Yeah.
I'm going back to this place on an IRC chat room where there was this very simple thing you could do. You could right-click the fella's name and give him a slap with a large trout. So the same way people put too much pressure on you if everyone's carrying a large trout. Enough with that already.
What IRC chat room is this?
I think it's available on all IRC chats. Just right-click the guy's name and give him a slap. I don't know if they should put that on Facebook. Speaking of Facebook, dump your comments here as well. We'd like to hear what you have to say about getting married late. Fatima's posted something on artificial insemination, not really quite related.
Not yet.
You can read about it on Facebook. Pressure is one thing. Yes, it comes from all directions. What if one partner is someone coming into the game quite late? The other one is young. So how does that dimension affect the marriage?
Yeah, I mean, age gaps, it's like generation gaps, because a person is they grew up in a different kind of era. Even if five years can also make a difference, well, again, you go back to the purpose of you getting married, right? You may come from even different cultures, even religious backgrounds. Some people, different countries, including different age groups. Now, these are also differences. Now, sometimes we can come from the same culture, same religion, and then it can be like, within the same community, but still there will be differences, It's because of all this mindset and people not going back to the purpose of them getting married. They will say things, they will only see things from their own point of view. It's like, oh, what I see is right, and whatever the other person's perception is wrong. And when we criticize people, that is when it goes against our fundamental human emotional needs. Human beings like to be acknowledged. They do not like to be criticized. So when we see things only from one perspective, which is our own, that is when there's a lot of miscommunication, misunderstanding. So it's very important in a marriage as well, not only knowing your intention, but be able to communicate, be able to see the other person's point of view, be able to see that other person's perspective, because we may be seeing things from one side, the other person may be seeing things from another side, and they see the same thing. We always use this analogy where, you put a husband there and you put a wife here, and then you put a ball. You paint the ball blue on this side and red on the other side. And this person will say it's a blue ball. The other person will say it's a red ball. But it's actually a ball with two colors, right? So, most of the time that's how marriages are, because we live our lives seeing things from our own perspective, and the other person does not see only from their perspective, and they think that's true. So we need to move and understand each other better.
Right. Well, if a couple should need help, where should they go?
Yeah, well,
Making these.
you can go online. Go Facebook hello on too. Well, there's a lot of counselors out there who can help, you know. What I would always recommend is don't wait until you are in critical stage for you to go and find help. On a regular basis, you know, go keep on improving yourself together, not like one person goes to, you know, personal development workshops or self-improvement workshops and the other person just doesn't do anything.
Right.
Go together, because that is when your energy shifts together and you be able to have that same level of awareness, right? Actually, my husband and I also run programs on love and respect for couples, and we had a very successful one in Singapore recently. So this is what we intend to also do in Malaysia.
All right. Well, fantastic stuff. Thank you very much for coming on board with us.
Thank
I'm
you.
sure a lot of people benefited from this discussion, including the large trout.
Real quick though, this actually reminds me of that movie with Jennifer Lopez. She wants a child.
Oh.
She wanted a child, but she had to go through artificial insemination. Then after she got pregnant, she actually found her soulmate. So that's the lesson there. Yes, the backup plan. I forgot that. That's the lesson. You have to wait till the right time.
Okay. Well, anyway, we'll be moving right along. Thank you once again, Murshidah.